Let's go down to Mombasa and our reporter Junior Karisa is at the IBC offices, and this is where the IBC is getting the voter registration exercise on. Over to you, Juni.
Right, Wahome, good morning. We are at the Mvita sub-county offices where today, as you're aware, the mass voter registration exercise has kicked off countrywide, and we are here just to do a spot check on how they are faring on. In Mombasa County, there are 6 constituencies, and each constituency, of course, has its particular wards and its individual targets that is going to help some of these officers to achieve this voter registration exercise that is taking 30 days. So I'm joined by the registration officer of this particular sub-county, Neema Karisa, just to give us to tell us how prepared they are and how the exercise is faring on. Karibu Sana. Just give us an overview of the exercise this morning, how it has kicked off, and how many wards, how many kits do you have statistic-wise?
Good morning. My name is Neema Karisa. I'm the registration officer in charge of Mvita constituency. Actually, where we are is Mvita constituency. The county office is on that side. Mvita constituency has a total of 17 kits distributed as follows. We have been given 3 kits per ward. So Mvita having 5 wards means that we have 15 kits in the wards. Then we have 1 kit at the constituency office, which is this one here. Then we also have a kit at Huduma Center at the GPO, which also falls under Mvita constituency. The kit at Huduma Center is registering nationally, meaning that if you're in Mombasa, you want to register in any part of the country, you will go to Huduma Center and you will get registered. The constituency kit and the other 15 kits in the wards have been opened to be able to register county-wise. When you talk of county-wise, we mean that anywhere you find a kit, and this is not just for Mvita constituency, it is for the entire county. We have agreed that anywhere you come across an IBC kit, you will be able to be registered in any part of this county. Okay, so if you are working in Mvita constituency, you live in Likoni, or you live in any of these other constituencies, and you want to be registered in those particular constituencies, you can still be registered here. You can go to any of the kits that are available within Mvita. You'll get registered, but for the registration center back home where you actually would want to vote from. Okay, so we have started well. We had a few issues in the morning, technologically, rather technical, because the kits have not been working for quite a while. So logins and the power things and things like that, we had prepared well, but of course when it comes to the actual work, there are those hiccups here and there. But we've managed to sort them out, and as we are talking, registration is ongoing. What we would wish to do is to remind members of public and to urge them to turn out in large numbers to register, so that we are able to meet our target. Mvita constituency alone has a target of 24,651 within this 1 month that we hope to register. And of course, each constituency has its own target based on what they had previously registered as at 2017, and the projected a population that has acquired new IDs. And based on that, we were able to come up, IBC was able to come up with targets per constituency. So mine is 24,651, and we hope to be able to register all those people.
Upon the lapse of this exercise, there is some disturbing sentiments from the members that some of this ward maybe have so many registered voters, so maybe the lines are maybe too long during the voting times. Is IBC, do you have plans to probably expand some of these kits, for example, or polling stations, so that people can have access, and then you can at least reduce the number of backlog that you have as you register these new people?
Remember, when we when we go out to poll, we are governed by the Elections Act, which caps the polling station figure to be at 700. So that population of registered voters in that particular center is divided by 700 to get to the number of polling stations that will be there. So what we need to do, or rather what we have been doing, is we make provisions for each polling station that is there, because yes, we have the mother polling station. In fact, let me call it polling center. Then within the polling center, we have polling stations, and each polling station is a station on its own. Okay, so that one has been taken care of by the law. But there was an exercise to try to decongest polling stations that were above 5,000. That one has already been done, and we as IBC, I think, we believe that anything below the 5,000, 4,000 is something that can be handled, because again, the law takes care of that, as in it is capping the population, the polling population at 700. So 700 is manageable. What we need is just as many polling stations within a polling center as possible. Yeah.
Do you think that the public is going to come out in large numbers, or there's still some hesitation based on previous such exercises that have been conducted?
Currently, when you look at the environment, it has become political, and everybody is talking politics. So based on that, with what the politicians are saying and the awareness that they're creating, the members of public, I want to believe that people will take up this opportunity to register as voters, so that they can actually exercise their right. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was Neema Karisa. She is the registration officer here in Mvita sub-county, and of course she is overseeing the 5 wards that are currently conducting this particular exercise. Just to brief you, is that in Kisauni constituency there are 7 wards, and in this particular wards there are 22 registration kits that are available in that particular ward. What they're trying to do is, in each particular ward, they are availing 3 particular kits so that people can have access to them. So the public is urged to visit some of the previous polling stations in 2017 so that they can have access and register the new voters. This particular number has been projected by the number of ID cards that have been issued from 2017 to date. So each particular constituency has its own target. So in Kisauni there are 7 wards, and of course there are 22 kits. In Jomvu ward there are 3 wards, and in that particular wards there are 10 particular kits. In Nyali, Changamwe and Likoni, these particular constituencies have 5 wards each, and each of course each ward, each constituency has 16 particular registration kits. And of course we will be visiting some of these particular constituencies just to see how this registration exercise is faring on. Just as she has rightly put it, this particular exercise is not limited to the geographical area a person is. If you want to vote, for example, in Kilifi County, you're allowed to visit any particular center and register yourself and avail which constituency you'd want to vote come next year. So the members of the public are being urged to take this exercise very seriously and avail themselves. Of course, as we have mentioned earlier, each constituency has its own targets, a number that has been arrived at depending on the number of ID cards that have been issued from 2017 to this particular date. So we are visiting some of these particular centers just to ascertain this particular exercise is going on, and of course we will keep you a brief, a comprehensive update rather at the top of the hour. But for now, I hand it back to you, Daniel Wahome, in studio.
Thank you very much, June Karisa. In Mombasa, remember the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, they have started a voter registration exercise that's countrywide. The main event is in Nakuru County, but our team that is out in Kisumu and also in Mombasa are going around, and also in Nairobi, to see how the exercise is picking up. The IBC, they're targeting between 4 and 6 million new voters And this is over the next 3 or so months, so that they can have a role, bring that number up to speed as they clean it up. And remember that they announced that in February is when they will be announcing, making the announcement for how the electoral process is going. Parties and nominations will start that process. Jenny Karisa, thank you for that report.